YouTubers, welcome back to yet another episode of Maxwell Starr's Beer Review. Tonight we're going to take a look at a beer that was sent to me by none other than the great elharlock of Hougly Beer Reviews. Going to take a look at something from Nova Scotia, Garrison's Tilford's Nit-Wit, Belgian style wheat beer. This is, says here on the side, it's the winner of the 2010 brew-off. Like, I already reviewed the 2011 winner, which was the Adam and Eric's Schwartz beer. This one is the winner of the previous generation, the previous year. I didn't know if they would actually make this again, but apparently it's made it into all the NSLCs down there. It says, alright, so Scott Tilford's a good guy and all, but does he deserve his own beer? Absolutely. As winner of the 2010 Homebrew Challenge, Scott and Daniel scaled up and brewed his tasty Belgian Witbier for all to enjoy. Batch number 2033, Scott Tilford winning brewer. Water, malt, wheat, oat flakes, candy sugar, high malt glucose, hops, and coriander. There's an original gravity of 12.3 Plato. IBUs are 12, and the color is 4L. Homebrewer language, I don't understand all of it just yet, but I'd like to learn. 4.8% ABV. Looks interesting. I've been a big fan of Hoegaarden. In fact, I'm going to be drinking this out of my Hoegaarden jelly glass. Thank you, Lee, for sending me this particular beer. I've been actually kind of curious about trying Garrison's Nit-Wit. I'd like to try basically any beer that comes out from Garrison because just about any of them are great. I mean, I just finished off that guy before recording this review, the 15th anniversary, and it was wonderful. Hope you get a hold of that one. But this one is another one I'd like to try, and of course I'd like to also try their pills. Anyway, enough said. Why don't we crack this open and see what she's like. Grab my BB Barfly off the top. Another standard Garrison cap, quite like the one I've got sitting on my stove. Garrison and all. Alright, let's pour it into my Hoegaarden glass. Ooh, a lot of head. That's to be expected. It's yellow. It's got a slight off-white color to it, like an eggshell white color to the head. And the head's got big bubbles. It's slightly hazy, almost see-through. It's a little darker than your Hoegaarden is. Hoegaarden is almost completely white, whereas I've seen darker wit beers, so it's not off for the style. It's just a little bit of surprise when you consider beers like Hoegaarden as well as Blanche de Chamblay. There's probably a couple others. I think even Rickard's. It's probably about the same color as Rickard's White, actually, so this is actually not bad. The head's dying off pretty darn quickly, and the bubbles look to be like gratuitous but thin and large. Pour a little more in here. Getting quite a bit of smell off of this one, so let's get into the sniff. That's different. You get the wheat and you get the coriander, but you also get something else like a almost grapey kind of smell. Or lychee. It's an Asian berry. It's really strange where it's got this almost like fruity berry-like scent to the sweetness. It's not so much citrus. Whereas a beer like Hoegaarden is more has a lot more citrus in it because it actually uses real orange peel. So, but this is still nice. This really smells nice. Pretty, actually. It's really nice. The head's actually sticking around, so it's more impressive than I thought it was going to be. But it's still kind of got a soda pop-like appearance. But whatever. There's like a touch of coriander in the smell, a brown sugar malt, and that little bit of like a berry fruitiness to it. So it smells good, but it's a little different than what I was expecting. So anyway, let's give it a taste here. Oh yeah, that's different. It almost feels like it's got a little bit of a cinnamon taste to it. or maybe like a graham cracker. But other than that, it's got this nice, like a fruity berry sweetness to it, and a very, very light body, and has that granular consistency, that's that granular kind of mouthfeel that you would expect from a good wit beer. And a mild sweetness, a bit of a toasted grain to it, and a healthy amount, not overpowering or cloying amount of coriander in the body, mainly focused in the back of the mouth. That's nice and spicy. That's nice and light too. Wow. Wow, Tilford makes a good wit beer. That's nice, and it also finishes dry. It's almost like it's got some extra sugars added, but it doesn't leave a lot of sugars behind when you drink it. I mean, you taste it in the flavor, but it almost feels like it dries you out and tastes good. It's hardly bitter, but there's a mild amount of an herbal bitterness to it. That's really nice. That's a piece of work even. Wow. Alright, I'm going to sit down with this one. I'll be right back with some thoughts. Be right back. And I'm back with Tilford's Nit-Wit from Garrison. So, what did I think about this particular beer? That's a really nice wit beer, guys. I think you guys need to check this one out if you have it available or can get it or get someone to send it to you. This is really delicious. As I was drinking it, I did pick up notes of like the banana, clove, that nice berry sweetness. Not so much a citrus sweetness like I'm used to with Hoegaarden and Blanche de Chamblay, but it's still a really nice, well-crafted wit beer in the Belgian style. And it also comes across with these subtle touches of like the grain, the sweetness, the different complexities to it. Almost come as like a little bit of like tasteful nuances in the beer that really kind of add to the character and add to the enjoyability of this particular beer. I gotta say, I really like this one. I really approve of it. This is delicious. Trust me, it only looks like my glass is full because half the bottle wouldn't fit in this glass. So I'm actually on the second half of the bottle. But it's nice. It is really nice. I think I got to give this one a 4.25 out of 5 on this one. Not quite a 4.5, but it's really light, really tasty, really nice flavors, and a darn good experience to drink. And considering it comes from a brewery here in the Maritimes, that's a really nice beer. I suggest anybody here in the Maritimes that has access to this beer, go and find it and pick it up and give it a try. It is just that good. And kudos to you. What's your name? Scott Tilford. You make one great beer, and I can see why you won the brew-off competition, because this is an incredible beer. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching Maxwell Starr's beer review of Tilford's Nit-Wit. Talk to you guys later. Cheers.